What's up, everybody? And back at y'all with another video. Now for this one, this could be my top 5 best action franchise. Now, before I start this, I'm gonna go with my honorable mentions and stuff. And so yeah, starting off with Escape Plan franchise. Now, this franchise, the reason it's in my honorable mention is because 2 and 3 went straight to DVD, but they're still decent movies though. But they're in my honorable mention because like the first one's good, the second one's good, the third one I thought was decent. But yeah, this is in my honorable mention. Next, we have the John Wick. Now the reason this is in my honorable mention because I hadn't seen the third one yet. So once I see the third one, this might go up, because the first one I thought was at least decent to me. The second one I thought topped the first one by a landslide. Like the second one had so much action, and I loved it. Next, like, don't get mad at me, people, because I want to explain to y'all why this is in my honorable mention, and that is Terminator franchise. Now, the first one I thought was decent. It's like the second one's the best one in the franchise. And the third one wasn't so great. Salvation wasn't so great. But it's like Genesis I do enjoy quite a bit. So yeah, those were my honorable mentions. So now let's start on my top 5 best action franchise. Now starting off with Rambo franchise. Now, the first Rambo movie was good. The second Rambo movie was good. The third one, the action was there, but the story was just boring. And then you got Rambo 4, which is called Rambo. The story continues, but that one's a fantastic Rambo film. And I cannot wait for Rambo 5. Next is the Expendables franchise. Now, the Expendables franchise has so much action, it's like my least favorite is the first one for the first time. Like, the Expendables, the first one is my least favorite. My favorite is the Expendables 2, the Expendables 3 is like my second favorite, but the Expendables 2 just has so much action. John Carpenter played the perfect villain in this film, and I enjoyed it. And, yeah, I love the Expendables franchise. Next, we have the Rocky franchise, or you might say the Rocky and Creed franchise, but Creed is still part of the Rocky franchise. So yeah, I consider it as a Rocky movie. And this came with like 6 different Rocky movies, this packet right here. And the Rocky franchise is so good. They're like the best boxing movies because they don't just concentrate just on boxing. They concentrate on good story, good character development, and then you got the good boxing with it. So yeah, I love the Rocky films, and then plus it's so emotional. Like, it's like almost all the films are emotional, even the ones that people don't like Rocky 5. A lot of people hate that movie. I thought it was a decent movie, because they had to do something a little different, like a street fight at the end of Rocky 5. That was something different, and stuff. So yeah, I enjoy the Rocky franchise a hell of a lot. Next, we have the Avengers franchise. Now, this is part of the cinematic universe, of course, and the Avengers, I love 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like, I love Avengers so much, and the first one was great. The second one was decent. Avengers Infinity War was a masterpiece of a film, and Avengers Endgame is just an incredible film, and stuff. Yeah, I love the Avengers franchise. It's like my second best action franchise behind Fast and Furious, and I'm gonna explain that right now. So yeah, next we have the Fast and Furious franchise. Now, they're making like a big universe out of this franchise now, and I'm glad, I'm happy that they're doing that. Like we're having a big cinematic, we got a big cinematic universe on our hands right now, and it's it's crazy because like the Fast and the Furious, the original Fast and Furious, like this didn't make that much money when it came out. But as soon as the sequels started coming out, they started making more and more money as the sequels went on. And the Fast and the Furious, I thought was a great film. And you got Too Fast and Furious, which is this sort of my least favorite. Um, but yeah, I love the racing scenes. And Paul Walker was decent in this, but I don't like how I keep saying cuz. Like it changed his character. Paul Walker don't say cuz in the other movies. He don't say, "What's up, cuz? How you doing, cuz?" Like he don't say that in those other movies, you know. So they should keep him as the same character basically. But they changed his character a little bit in this film. Okay, The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Now, a lot of people hate this film, but I enjoyed this film for what it was because like this would hook me on the Fast and Furious franchise. Like this film, this is the first Fast and Furious movie that I've watched, and ever since then I've been hooked on the franchise, and I've been loving the franchise since. And the racing scenes are freaking phenomenal in this film. Now, and I also love that it takes place in Tokyo because it's a nice place. You know, it looks cool and everything. You got Fast and Furious, which is this is when they started upping the fight scenes a little bit more. You got Vin Diesel whooping some ass in this film and shit, and then you got a great racing scene in the film. Um, and what I love about this franchise is it has a lot of heart. You know, it has a lot of heart. You got Fast Five. They introduce you to The Rock's character Hobbs, and this is when they freaking at a like this when they went crazy with the action. You know, Vin Diesel and The Rock went toe to toe. They went freaking have a fist fight battle. And you got a crazy racing scene with the whole team racing with cop cars. And then at the beginning of the movie, you have them whooping some ass on this freaking train, sort of at the beginning of the movie, like they just whooping some ass, going up shit. And then you got the ending when they got all the money and shit. They thought they was gonna live a happy life. And you got this credit scene that got you ready for Fast and Furious 6, that they found out Letty was still alive. So this film is a great, great addition to the Fast and Furious franchise. And if it wasn't for Fast Five, we wouldn't have got these incredible Fast and Furious films. These other incredible Fast and Furious films. Next, we have Fast and Furious 6. Now, this film started to feel more like a superhero film. They introduced you to Owen Shaw, um, and you know they was trying. You know they found out Letty was still alive. Dom didn't, and he had to. You know, The Rock wanted his help to capture this bad guy Owen Shaw, but they both was pretty much helping each other out because Dom wanted to get Letty back also, so they made a deal with that. So you know he ends up trying to get Letty back, and then there's a lot of action set pieces in this film I love, and you got this racing scene, Dom versus Letty racing scene, which is that scene was freaking awesome. You got this crazy fight scene battle at the end when it was on this freaking plane. The plane started exploding and shit. I love this film. Fast and Furious 6 is good. Next, we have Furious 7. Now we're talking about Furious 7. Um, and stuff. The reason I'm talking about all these films, you know, all these are my top 5 favorite best action franchises. And Fast and Furious is like one of my favorite of all time. But yeah, Furious 7. They introduced you to, which is, oh, I forgot to mention the credit scene in Fast and Furious 6. It had Jason Statham killed Han in the credit scene, but like Furious 7, um, this film, Jason Statham played one of the best villains we've ever gotten. One of them, and I love his film from start to finish. He fought The Rock, he fought Vin Diesel, and then he fought freaking security guards at one point. There's just a lot of action in this film. I love his film, and I also show love for Paul Walker. I love his film, and I love his whole franchise because he have a lot of heart. And then go to Fast and Furious 8, The Fate of the Furious, which is this film has a lot of action in it. Also, like it starts off with a crazy racing scene, Dom versus this other guy, and Dom's car started blowing up while he was racing this guy, and this film is just incredible. Also, you got some crazy fight scenes in it. You have some, Dom turns back on his family, so that was different. And I loved how they're trying to make it different, and um, and the characters are great. Of course, this film is just amazing. I love Fast 8. Then you go to Hobbs and Shaw, which is the Fast and Furious spinoff. This is like a cinematic universe now. They're making it out to be, and I'm glad they're doing that. Now it ain't just Marvel that's doing it. We got Fast and Furious is doing it. We got the Conjuring universe, that's a horror franchise, of course, but the Conjuring universe. We got a lot of universes coming out. Now it just ain't Marvel. It's like DC, the Fast and Furious franchise, and so on and so forth. Now, and I like that we're getting more of those cinematic universes. But yeah, Hobbs and Shaw is a great addition to the Fast and Furious franchise. I know it's a spinoff, but it's still part of the franchise. And Hobbs and Shaw is just a great film. I can't wait to own that movie on November 5th. I think that's when it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD. And I cannot wait to own that film because it's probably going to be one of those films I'm going to watch over and over and over again. I enjoyed Hobbs and Shaw. It has the action, everything. The action was great. The comedy was great. Everything about Hobbs and Shaw was great. That's what I love about this franchise. It has everything. It has superhero vibes to it. It has some good racing scenes. It has explosions. It has some freaking great fight scenes. It has everything you would want to see in an action movie, period. It has everything. At least in my mind, it has everything. And that's why I love the Fast and Furious franchise so much. And I'm super hyped for Fast and Furious 9. That's like one of my most anticipated movies of next year. Next to Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills and Fast and Furious 9. I don't know which ones I'm looking forward to the most. Those two, I'm definitely gonna go see. That's a tie between Halloween Kills and Fast and Furious 9 and The Conjuring 3. Those three is a tie. As much I'm excited for it, I don't even know which one I'm excited for the most. That's how crazy those are, and I'm excited for those three movies. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share, and also hit the bell so you know new videos uploaded. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.